All right, round three results coming to you from outside of Utabi this time. A little change of scenery. We actually hit the 18 laps that time. Again, some changes. A couple of the guys are maintaining real consistency. Jason, your thoughts?
Well, we got Nayato coming through with a TQ run, finally for him, I guess. He's been my pick here to win this four-wheel portion, so he came through with a TQ run, and he edged out Bruno, who also, they both turned 18 laps in 5:15, 3/10 difference between the two. David Rowenfalk in third with a 5:16, who has been kind of silently been there every round. Dave is doing really well this weekend. Sugiura, which was our top seed in four-wheel drive, he was starting first there for the very first qualifier. He got a 17.502, so he's starting to get back on track. Martin Bear, who's kind of been right there the whole time, kind of up and down. He got an 02, and then Cavallari holding it down that round for the Americans with a 6th and a 504. We got Matt Susugi with an 05, and then Lee Martin in 06. Kato with an 06, and then Mark Reinhardt with an 06. So I think that was Mark's first run in the top 10 for the Worlds here so far. So he's got to be kind of happy about kind of sniffing into the top 10. We got Jorn in 11th running the Durango car. And then we got Jared Thibault 17th. Spencer Rivkin finally finished a run there. After his good luck, he went and talked to us last time. So now he got a 15th for the round, which is an improvement. He got an 07, which, I mean, realistically is only a couple seconds off of an A-main, good A-main run. So Ryan Mayfield had 2 crashes that time. A little disappointing for him. Got a 19, but at the beginning of that race, he was on a flat pace, right on the edge of a 18-lapper. And like we've been saying so far, if he does get a clean run, I think he can top 3 for a round, which now he's got 2. He's got a 7 and an 8. So we need to get one more top 5 for him, and I think he'll be in the A final, which that would be our first American. I think that would be in the final. And so, that's kind of what I have here in notes so far.
Yeah, a couple things I was noticing is actually there's a couple guys, Kato, Ito, and Koda, actually from the C qualifier, are actually pulling some really fast times and getting into top A finishes, as well as Mayfield and a couple other guys, were in what would be the B qualifier, pulling up, running right against what they call the A finisher guys. So then our girl, Malin, pulled a 25 right that round. I mean, she was 30, 32, had some really good times for her. So it's really exciting to watch her run as well.
And, we had Mikhail Orlowski, who's been running really, really well. That time he had it kind of crashed out. He got a 22nd for the round. He got a 5:11. A little disappointing on his end, I think. But he's got 2 or 3 good runs already. I guess it would be 2 good runs. So he's looking to be in the A final for sure. And then Yuna Hatanen with the Associated car, running pretty well from Finland. He got a 23rd that round. So it's been some ups and downs so far. I think overall the got the Kyosho and the X-Ray guys seem to be the quickest. Kind of each round, those guys seem to be, putting down the fastest runs. And then we have the Associated guys seem to be struggling a little bit with the four-wheel drives, but they're working hard back in the pits. They're making a lot of changes, and, Cavallari did get a good run there. The TLR guys, Mayfield keeps holding it down for those guys in a top 10 type performance there. So I think he's looking to make the final. I think he'd like to be a little higher, but he needs 2 more good runs to kind of probably get, he needs really good runs to get inside the top 5. I mean, I think making the main is realistic. Inside the top 5, he needs a couple really good runs, and that's ideally where I think he'd like to be at. But the competition's good. We've got the Schumacher of Mikhail Orlowski. He's running really well. I think he could be a sleeper at the top. And obviously Bruno and Nayato, obviously the 2 quickest guys. So we should see how it kind of pans out. We had one little, not really drama, but there's some rumors in the pits of some guys making their 4-wheel drive cars 2-wheel drive by, kind of changing some gears inside the front diff, which allows them to basically, when you get on the gas, it's still kind of by friction, it makes the front end look like it moves, but really there's no power there, which allows the car to be 2-wheel drive and make it easier to drive. And So there's been some rumors of that kind of floating around, and whether that's legal or not. We mentioned earlier that Stephen Hartson wasn't allowed to run his two-wheel drive buggy. They made him run his four-wheel drive. So there appears to be a little, maybe a little loophole or a little kind of an opening there for people to exploit. Seems odd that you'd want to go to two-wheel drive, but it is smooth and consistent, and if that's what you're lacking, then maybe that helps.
Yeah, a lot of racing still to go. We've got a couple guys who had some higher rate runs, like Martin Bayer's got a 5 and a 31, and some other people, like Carson's got an 8 and a 5 and a 20. So I think it's still all across the board, and there's a couple guys, Bruno, Michael Ronefolk, a couple guys that are definitely going to really pull it out in the top, but I think there's a lot of racing still to happen with some numbers all across the board. So your last thoughts?
Yeah, 2 more rounds. We got one more today, one more tomorrow, and that's going to mix things up quite a bit. Basically now it's the focus kind of comes on to Naoto and to Bruno, who can get that third TQ. Or Bruno's obviously in the driver's seat, but if Naoto can kind of come back here, then we'll see like a little showdown in round 5. But everyone at this point can still improve. There's some guys that may be mathematically eliminated at this point from the A main, which is unfortunate. We talked a little bit about Jared Tebow possibly not being able to make it. I mean, it's still probably a possibility. He needs 2 good top 5 runs because he's technically got 2 more runs left. So it's definitely getting to be go time. There's no more throwouts. So
All right, it's go time. 2 more runs.